Hello everyone, and thank you for watching this video of my first ever guitar project cum restoration. So basically here we are. It's an Relic Her Strat copy, I believe. Anyway, it did come with a Relic Her amp and a Relic Her gig bag, so I presume it is an Relic Her copy guitar. So this project came about by me purchasing a second-hand Squire Strat as a substitute for using my original Fender Stratocaster, which is a 1983 contemporary model, which has picked up a few dings over the years. And I thought if I can get something just to use as a practice guitar, I don't have to look after it quite as well. So I purchased the Squire, and it wasn't in great condition. Picked it up for £45 with an amplifier. The body wasn't in great condition, as wasn't the neck. So rather than setting to and making that my first project, I decided to buy something else and use it as a project to practice on, really. So this is what I purchased. Picked this one up for £30, also with an amp. You can see the body, lots of scratches on the body. At this particular point, I've already started stripping one or two bits off. As you can see, the pots were broken. It was quite dirty. Lots of marks on the body, scratches, dings. The paint itself wasn't particularly a good paint job. There is quite a lot of rippling in the actual paint job itself, so and you can see just on this little bit quite a nasty crack in the paintwork. You probably pick the rippling up there on this particular shot. The neck itself wasn't too bad. It was a nice smooth neck. A couple of little marks here and there. Nothing major. Machine heads, not too bad as far as they go. Seem in reasonable condition to look at them. The fretboard, quite dirty, and the frets as well, quite dirty. It needed a good clean. I don't think this particular guitar's been particularly well looked after. As you can see there, lots of dirt on the frets. They do need a good clean and a polish up at this stage anyway, looking at it. Pickups, quite rusty, and again you can probably see by the state of it, it's not been looked after. This particular guitar probably been stored in damp conditions as well, possibly in a shed or something like that. These are some of the bits that I've took off earlier on before I started the filming of this. The tremolo was broken actually in the bridge plate, and the bridge saddles don't look too bad particularly. This is a headstock. As you can see, the decal's already been removed by the previous owner. The tuners don't look in too bad a condition. Probably take those off and possibly put them back onto this, or possibly use them on a different project at some point. So I'm just taking the pick guard off here. Fast forward the video. Nothing very interesting to see at this particular point. Pick guard's off now, and just want to make a start on taking the neck plate off and the neck. I did get to this point and managed to snap one of the screws, taking it out with the impact driver, which wasn't the best feeling in the world, but the screws were quite rusty, so it's probably just to be expected. So this is where things start to get a little bit trickier. The neck is a little bit loose, as you might be able to hear a little bit of rocking going on, but it's well and truly fixed at the moment from the part screw that's still in there. So it's just a case of a little bit of wiggling and a little bit of gentle persuasion with a chisel, just to try and ease the neck off. Probably decided just to take the tuners off first because it was a little bit easier. The tuners are not particularly in too bad a condition, but they did need to come off in order that I could repaint the headstock and do what I needed to do with that. My intention is at this particular time to replace these tuners with some gold coloured tuners. The nut also does need replacing. It's a little bit worn. The string guides in the nut are a little bit worn, especially on the bottom E string. So that definitely needs a replacement. It's not glued in, so I managed to pop that out relatively easy. As you can see, if I can get that close enough to the camera, you know, they are quite worn. So back to the removal of the stubborn neck. So basically all I had to do here was just wiggle it a little bit and try and gently work it loose, trying obviously not to damage the neck pocket, because the wood on one side is quite thin and it's probably quite easy to damage that. So I'm just taking care to not to damage that in the process of removing this. So I'm just going to try and drill a little bit more of the screw out. And it's pretty obvious that that's not really going to cut the mustard. So what, what I think I'm doing at the moment is just drilling slightly round the screw just to try and loosen everything up a little bit more. Don't want to put too much pressure trying to prise it off and risk damaging either the neck or the body itself. So I'm letting the video run at this point rather than fast forwarding sections of it, because if you're thinking about doing a project yourself, then it's just showing some of the problems that you can come across, and then the actual amount of time it can take to overcome them. You don't get a good sense of how long this took to get the neck off if everything's fast forwarded. So I just left everything running at normal speed for this particular section. So I'm just trying to get hold of the screw head again, if at all possible, to try and turn it to get it out. But it's well and truly stuck in there and difficult to get any sort of kind of purchase on it to remove it. I'm trying various different ways and different tools just to try and get hold of the screw. Actually managed to pull that one without any problems. It does seem that there's another screw in there somewhere. I've done this voiceover several weeks after I actually recorded the video. I probably forgot one or two things along the way, but it does seem that there is another screw in there that's holding things in place. So again, I'm just trying to give things a bit of a wiggle and and in the end after trying lots of different scenarios, as you will see, ended up using a chisel to carefully prise the neck off. Each time trying to drill the screws out. So here comes the trusty old chisel and a little bit of gentle persuasion. Just holding the body firmly down onto the bench while I'm prising the neck up from the back. And there she goes, and there's the offending screw, which is still stuck in the neck itself. So now the next challenge is getting the screw out of the neck. And it's quite firmly in there. So again, trying several different tools to get that to turn in order to unscrew it. And at this particular point, the screw breaks again, and again causes even more difficulty now, because the amount of screw that I have to get hold of is even smaller. So the next little step for me was to try and file the edge of the screw flat in order that I could get a better grip with the pliers or the pincers to try and turn the screw. And I think the video must have gone off at some point here, because I've removed that with my fingers, but it did need more than that to remove it. So there we have the neck all removed and stripped down, ready to and see what I can do with that. So I'm basically just trying the truss rod now, because I don't want to get to a stage where I refurb the neck and then find out that the truss rod won't move, which would be absolutely no good when it comes to fret leveling and getting the guitar to tune and play nicely. So I'm just testing now to see if it's actually moving, and even though it is quite tight, it is moving a little bit. So it's just to be. So I'm just moving the Allen key backwards and forwards, um, gradually loosening things up a little bit just to make sure that I can actually adjust the truss rod. It is taking a little bit of doing, but it does get to a point where I can turn it reasonably easily, and the neck does look reasonably straight as well. Try and get the camera angle for you to, if you can see down that, it's not bad. I think it'll be good enough to continue and put this back onto this particular body once everything's ready to put together again. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and if you hit the bell notification button, hopefully you'll be informed when I upload part 2 and continue with this project. So thanks again for watching.